It was 9 years ago when the Szeged Scientists Academy Foundation for the Future of Biomedical Sciences organized a meeting celebrating the 75th anniversary of Albert Szent-Györgyi receiving the Nobel Prize. One of the participants was Sir Richard Timothy Hunt, shortly Tim Hunt. Tim gave an excellent talk on cell cycle control. Cyclins that made Tim worldwide famous and brought him the Nobel Prize are key components of cell cycle progression. For those of you who haven't heard about cyclins so far, let me show the following slide. The different types of cyclins join so-called cyclin-dependent kinase enzyme molecules during different stages of the cell cycle. And then, once they did what they were supposed to do, they become degraded. So, cyclins come and go during the cell cycle. The concentration of the different type of cyclins peaks at different stages of the cell cycle. So they come and go around the cycle. Since Tim loved to ride his bicycle, the name of the newly discovered proteins was obvious. They had to be called cyclins. The discovery of cyclins was of great importance in progression of not only the cell cycle, but also in science in general. The recognition came in 2001 when Tim, along with Leland Hartwell and Paul Nurse, earned the Nobel Prize. It was in December 2001 when Tim received the Nobel Prize from King Gustav of Sweden. After that much of introduction, it's time to introduce to you Tim Hunt. Who is he? Where does he come from? What made him to become a successful scientist, a Nobel Prize winner? Well, Tim was born in 1943 in England. His childhood was busy with all sorts of experiences. Let me tell you at this point that according to experts of psychology, children must gain as much experience as possible. They need to grow up in a lovable, supporting family. Exactly the way how Tim's childhood was spent. He went to primary school in Oxford and came across with a fantastic biology teacher who motivated him. In high school, he was very much interested in chemistry and zoology. At the university in Cambridge, he studied natural sciences. At the University of Cambridge, he studied hemoglobin synthesis and got a PhD degree in 1968. The important point is that he became familiar with techniques and principles of protein synthesis. Then he went to New York and was a postdoc over there, studying again protein synthesis in reticulocytes. After the postdoc years in New York, Tim returned back to Cambridge, the Department of Biochemistry, and carried on analysis of protein synthesis. It's important to tell that between 1977 and 1985, he spent the summers at the marine biology laboratories in Woods Hole. This was the place where he and the students working along with him discovered cyclins, key regulators of the cell cycle. This was the discovery, as I told before, that brought him the Nobel Prize. From 1990 to 2010, he was principal scientist at the Cancer Research UK. As a successful and famous scientist, he earned in between a Fellow of the Royal Society in 1991, became member of the US National Academy of Sciences in 1999. He got knighted by the Queen in 2006 and earned the title Sir on that year. He also served in important functions over the years. He was chairman of the Council of the European Molecular Biology Organization. He was member of the Scientific Council of the European Research Council. He retired in 2010 but got the title of Honorary Professor from the University College London in 2015. In an interview in 2007 with Tim Hunt, he pointed out those steps that led to the Nobel Prize. As mentioned earlier, it's very important for the developing children to gain as much experience as possible. He pointed out in this interview the importance of a teacher in growing up young kids. It's also important that they use their hands in the practicum. Try to find out how things work, and so on and so on. The take-home message is that ask questions, be interested in things, try to find out about different features of life, learn as many different techniques as possible. And then, if you keep on working hard, and if you have a little bit of luck, you'll get the Nobel Prize. During his visit in 2015, he gave a lecture on how to win a Nobel Prize. In his lecture, he mentioned the features we listed just about a minute ago and encouraged his students to have courage in doing new things. Work hard, learn new things. Doing science is basically having fun. Also, doing science is risky and also competitive. But I tell you, it certainly worth the price. Sometimes you need a little bit of luck. You don't need to be a genius, you just need to be good. Tim has been a lifelong advocate for scientific research. He visited Szeged already 3 times, first in 2012, then in 2015, and in 2017. It's unfortunate that he cannot present at this meeting these days because of the virus. But let's hope there will be virus-free times and then he'll come again to Szeged. Doing science is not only working hard in a laboratory, reading and writing papers, raising money, but it's also a chance to meet other people, to talk with other scientists, and also make new friends. In 2012, we visited Gisela Török, the one and only sculptor on this earth who is preparing statues from bulrushes. She lives in Taipei, and introduced all the wonderful things to Tim Hunt and other Nobel Prize winners about her experience. In 2015, we visited a bird ringing site close to Szeged. It was quite amazing to see how Tim hypnotized a kingfisher or set a pigeon free. These are the moments that make life really beautiful.